afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to more children's Torah stories. Today's story is called Korach Wants to Be the Boss. This will be our Korach puppet for today. So, please turn on the lights. So, remember what we started with last time. Korach came up to Moshe and Aaron, and he said, Moshe and Aaron, why do you want to be the bosses of the Jewish people? Why do you think you should be in charge? Don't you know that everyone is holy and that Hashem is with every Jewish person? And do you remember what Moshe and Aaron, this is Moshe and here's Aaron for today. Do you remember what Moshe and Aaron said? What was the first thing they did? Kaplonk. They went flat on their face. Gunk. And they said, Korach, we don't want to be the boss. We're not the boss because we think we're the best. We are the boss because someone very important told us. Who was it who told them to be the boss? Moshe and Aaron. It was Hashem, exactly. Hashem, through his cloud microphone, said, I want you to be the boss, Moshe and Aaron. Moshe to be the boss of the Jewish people, and Aaron, Hashem's everywhere, boy. And Aaron to be the boss of the Mishkan, Hashem's special home. Exactly. Well, Korach didn't just come by himself, but there were actually two other very sneaky individuals called Datan and Aviram. Hello, Yeladim. We are Datan and Aviram, and we are here to make lots and lots of trouble for Moshe. Well, they also said, Moshe, you should not be the boss of the Jewish people. You have done a terrible job. What? Is that true, Yeladim? Has Moshe done a terrible job? No, how could they even say such a thing? Listen to what they said to Moshe. Moshe, you said that you would take us out of the land of Egypt and bring us to the land of Israel. Well, guess what? We are not in the land of Israel. We are in the desert. And Hashem even said that we can't go to Israel for another 40 years. So you are a bad boss, Moshe. We think you're doing a terrible job. Guys, can you believe how mean they're being to Moshe? I don't like it when Datan and Aviram say that. Well, let's think about it. Is it true that Moshe didn't bring them into the land of Israel like he said? Yes, it is true. But that isn't Moshe's fault. Moshe was so great. But the Jewish people didn't always behave and listen properly. Remember, they prayed to the golden calf, and they believed the spies that they can't go into Israel. Is that Moshe's fault, Yeladim? Should Moshe have done it differently? I don't think so. I think Moshe did a great job, but the Jewish people didn't always listen nicely. But still, Datan and Aviram are being so mean. They're saying, you brought us into the desert, and there's no food here, and it's terrible. We aren't in a nice place like you promised. But then they said even something worse. You can't actually believe what they're going to say now, Yeladim. Listen to this. You took us out of the best country in the world to put us in the desert. Excuse me? What country are they saying is the best country in the world? Egypt. We were so happy in Egypt. Egypt was the best country. What? Egypt was the best country? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Egypt was so bad to them. Yeah, Egypt, the country is nice, but the people in Egypt made them slaves and made them work hard all day and were putting their children in jail. It was terrible. We loved it in Egypt and you took us out. Datan and Aviram, I don't know. I think those guys are crazy, man. How can they say things like that? That's so wrong. Well, do you know what Moshe said? Moshe said, Datan and Aviram, I would like to come and visit you because I would like to talk to you and see if we can work it out, that you can listen to me and understand, and you'll see that I did my best, and we are going to Israel. We're just going to have to wait now because of the mistakes the Jewish people made. But Datan and Aviram, please will you come up? Please will you come up so that I can talk to you. That's what Moshe said. Datan and Aviram, please come up to talk to me. I really don't want us to fight. I really want us to talk to each other and work that out. Well, Yeladim, I think that's amazing. Moshe, remember we learned with Miriam and Aaron that Moshe is so humble that Moshe doesn't go like, oh, I'm the best, I'm the greatest. Well, you can really see that here so well. How Moshe is so humble. Because Moshe says, that's Hashem's cloud. Moshe is so humble that Moshe says, you please come up and talk to me. He doesn't just say, oh, well, you guys are so rude, I don't want to talk to you. No, he says, please come up and talk to me. Well, do you know what Datan and Aviram said, Yeladim? What do you think? Do you think they want to come talk to Moshe or not? No. What do you say? They say exactly. Well done, Newmans, and well done, Linda's child. They said, no, we will not come up. We don't want to go up. We will not talk to you. What are you saying? That's what Datan and Aviram said. They said, in the meanwhile, Moshe said to Korach, yes, but Korach, I need Korach. Moshe said to Korach, remember, tomorrow we will do a special test. We're going to do something special. That you and all your friends can bring your present to Hashem. You're going to bring incense, which is special spices that smell so nice. You're going to bring incense to Hashem, and Aaron will bring incense to Hashem, and we will see who should be the boss of the Mishkan, who should be the boss of Hashem's special home. If Hashem says, thank you, Aaron, for the present, that means Aaron will be the boss of Hashem's special home. If Hashem says, thank you, Korach, for the present, that means Korach will be the boss of Hashem's special home. But I'm warning you, says Moshe, if Hashem does not want, that is Aviram, if Hashem does not want your special present, you could get into a lot of trouble. So what are you going to do, Korach? Korach says, well, I know that I will really win. I know that I should be the boss instead of Moshe and Aaron. So I will come together with my friends and we will bring the present to Hashem. Well, there's a few things we can see about Korach. Korach was actually in many ways a great guy. Korach wasn't just a bad guy. Datan and Aviram, they were pretty bad. But Korach also had a lot of things that were really good. Korach was brave. Korach was clever. Korach wanted to do his best. There were a lot of things about Korach that were really great. You know the only problem was? Korach also really wanted to be number one. Korach could not be number two. And so, even though he had these good things of being brave and clever and wanting to be his best, he didn't just want to be his best. He wanted to be the best out of everyone. And so, he always wanted to be number one. And so he got very cross when he saw that his one cousin Moshe was the boss of the whole Jewish people, and his other cousin Aaron was the boss of the Mishkan, and he, Korach, wasn't getting to be the boss of anything. So that's why he started getting sad. But he wasn't the worst guy. He was generally a pretty good guy. But he had this one thing in his brain that drove him mad. That thing in his brain is, I have to be number one. I have to be number one. And that can sometimes be a bad thing like it was with Korach. We should always try to be our best. We don't have to be the best. You know what I mean, Yeladim? That was the problem with Korach. Well, the next day, Korach came along with all his friends. You know how many people came together with Korach? 250 people. So there were a lot of people on Korach's side. Korach came with his own 250 people. And Moshe and Aaron came, and especially Aaron came to bring the special spices to Hashem, the incense. Well, Moshe didn't actually bring, it was just Aaron who brought. So, Aaron came, and Korach and his 250 people came, and they all came to give the special present to Hashem. And as they started giving the special present to Hashem, you won't believe what happened, Yeladim. Can I have Datan and Aviram, please? Well, while they were all, wherever they were, some were by the Mishkan, and some were by their tents. Datan and Aviram were actually at home. Well, no, Aaron wasn't together with them. Aaron was a little bit far away. As these guys were all standing there, Moshe saw them all, and Moshe said, Hashem, I'm now very cross with these people because I really tried my best, and I really have done so much. Where is Moshe?
Where's Moshe?
Shalva's got Moshe. I really tried my best, and I really did so much to help the Jewish people. And you know, I never took anything from them. I never even took a donkey from them. Do you remember when Moshe came down to Egypt right in the beginning? He came on a donkey. He says, I used my own donkey. I never even said, please Jewish people pay for my donkey. I took nothing from them. I was always good. And now they are being so mean to me and saying that I shouldn't be the boss and that I just want to be in charge of anything. Hashem, please show these people that that they are wrong and that I am not wrong. And Hashem, the way I want you to show these people is please make the ground open up and swallow them. What do you think, Yeladim? Can such a thing happen?
Yeah.
Do you think the ground's going to open up and swallow them? Well, that's what happened. They were all standing there saying, Moshe's the worst, Moshe's the worst, nah, nah, nah. And then suddenly, whoop, the ground opened up. I'll do that in slow motion. The ground opened up, swallowed them, gone. They all disappeared. Well, let me tell you a little something. Korach actually had children as well. But Korach's children didn't want to do the bad things that he was doing. When Korach said, okay, children, we are now going to go and fight against Moshe and tell Moshe why he's bad. The children said, no, Dad, I don't think that's a good idea. Moshe is actually really good. Korach was the dad also. Moshe is actually really good, and we don't want to fight against Korach. So you know what? Korach got swallowed up into the ground, but his children didn't. And his children actually became great people. And do you want to know what's so interesting? His children's children ended up being the boss of the whole Jewish people. Can you believe it? Well, that's what Korach really wanted. Korach said, I really want to be the boss. I really want to be the boss. I really want to be the boss. Because he knew inside himself he was strong enough to be the boss. Remember, Korach had so many good things. He was brave and clever and strong. And he wanted to be the boss. Well, he wasn't supposed to be the boss. Now it was supposed to be Moshe and Aaron. But he was supposed to teach his children how to be strong and brave and clever and all those things. And one day, one of them would be the boss. And that is actually exactly what happened. Have you ever heard of somebody, Yeladim, called Shmuel HaNavi? Shmuel HaNavi, sometimes called the Prophet Samuel. Just show me if anybody's heard of Shmuel HaNavi or the Prophet Samuel. Well, okay, I see most of you haven't, but some of you have. Shmuel HaNavi was someone, thank you. So he came later on, and he was somebody so special that Hashem talked to. And you know what? He was actually the one who Hashem put in charge of making the Jewish kings. The first Jewish king was a man named Shaul, or King Saul. And the second Jewish king was a man called David HaMelech, King David. Do you know who was the one who made them the king? Shmuel HaNavi, the prophet Samuel. Shmuel, and that was Korach's great-great-great-grandson. I haven't got a puppet for him yet, but I'll find one for another time. So Korach, actually, even though he never got to be the boss, he had such good things in him. He just didn't know how to use it properly. But his children did become the boss of the whole Jewish people and actually helped make the Jewish people get them kings and everything. Well, the Jewish people saw this, and they saw all these bad guys get swallowed up. Get swallowed up by the earth. And then the Jewish people started getting sad and cross. And they said, Moshe and Aaron, this is your fault. You wanted Hashem to make the ground swallow them up. Moshe and Aaron, you want bad things to happen to the Jewish people. So then, it's just getting worse and worse, guys. Because first, it was Korach and Dathan and Abiram. And now it's more Jewish people saying, Moshe just wants bad things. So, then, Hashem said, now Hashem gets cross. And Hashem said, how dare you say bad things about Moshe and Aaron? Moshe and Aaron are so good and you say more bad things about them. And Hashem made a sickness come. And so many people got sick. But Aaron jumped up. And Aaron said, I know what to do, how to stop everyone being sick. He went and got the special spices. The same special spices that they were all giving to Hashem as a present. Aaron went and got the special spices. And when he made those special spices, he brought them all around. Guess what happened to everyone who was sick? Guess what happened? They all got better. Everyone got better. And then the people saw that Aaron really loved them and really cared about them. And he wasn't trying to be mean to people. Well, Hashem said, there is one more thing that I need to do. I need every tribe out of the 12 tribes of Israel. I need every tribe to go and get a stick. To go and get a stick. And when you go and get that stick, bring that stick to Hashem's special home, to the Mishkan. And Hashem will make a special sign to show which one should be the boss of the Mishkan. So it's another test. But now nothing bad will happen to the one who isn't chosen. But the one who is chosen, Hashem will make a special sign on their stick. So every tribe came to bring a stick. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisrael, Zulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Yosef, and Yamin. They all came to bring a special stick. The Kohanim was from the tribe of Levi, because Aaron was from the tribe of Levi. So Aaron brought his stick from the tribe of Levi, and all the other bosses of tribes brought their sticks from the other tribes, and they all left it in Hashem's Mishkan. And when they came back the next morning, they saw something amazing. Do you know what it was? I'll tell you next time. That's all our time for today. Bye, Yeladim.